Have you ever wondered if you might be a psychopath? It's thought that about 1% of the population might test positive for psychopathy, so that might mean that some of you could find out today if you're 1 in 100. We're sure you'll tell us how you did at the end. We won't go through everything here as to the genesis of psychopathy, but we will tell you that there's something called a psychopathy checklist. Mental health professionals might use this test as a psychopathy test. That's what we'll use today as the basis for our questions. We should say not to get too worried if you don't like the score you get, because to really understand how your mind works, you have to consult with a professional. This is not meant to support a diagnosis and is just a quiz. We'll tell you what the scores mean at the end. You can score the test as follows. 0. This does not apply to me at all. 1. This applies to me somewhat. 2. This definitely applies to me. Keep track of your score. You might need to type the numbers or write them down. Number 1. Do you exhibit glib and superficial charm? If you don't know what glib means, it can be described as being able to talk smoothly but be insincere while you're doing it. You can charm folks, but it's somewhat a fake you. So again, if this is totally true for you, give yourself a 2. If it's a bit true, you get a 1, and if not true at all, you get a 0. Write that down. Number 2. Do you have a grandiose estimation of yourself? You know, do you have a really high opinion of yourself, but others might think that you have too high an opinion? You don't care. You know you're superior to them. Number 3. Do you have a constant need for stimulation? Are you bored really easily? Number 4. Are you a pathological liar? Okay, we all tell lies, more lies than we think we tell, but are you living in a kind of world of lies? Is it even hard to know when you're not lying? You lie so much. That's why the word pathological is used as it relates to disease. Number 5. Are you cunning and manipulative? Do you know deep inside that you are one very cunning person who can easily manipulate others to get what you want? Are you even proud you might excel at this? Number 6. Do you have a lack of remorse or guilt? So, do you do bad things and for some reason, you never feel bad about it? You just keep on trucking because, hey, why burden yourself with senseless guilt? Number 7. Do you have a shallow affect? We guess you don't know what that means. It kind of means when your emotional reactions to things are shallow. They tend to be short-lived, or there seems in you a reduction of emotional response to certain actions or events. You might feel nothing or little when people around you are drowning in emotion. Number 8. Are you callous and do you lack empathy? This is similar but not the same. Imagine when people see something that should elicit sadness, but you feel nothing at all. You don't feel sorry for the dying animal in the wildlife documentary. You seem fine when you hear someone's bad news. Number 9. Do you have a parasitic lifestyle? Do you live off of others and have no guilt about this? Number 10. Do you have poor behavioral controls? Is it hard for you to restrain yourself? Do you have little self-control? Number 11. Are you sexually promiscuous? This simply means do you sleep around? Do you have a lot of intimate partners or one-night stands? Number 12. Did you display early behavior problems? Were you the out-of-control little kid? Number 13. Do you lack realistic long-term goals? That's self-explanatory, but some experts say psychopaths might lack goals, but then just say stuff like, I want to rule the world or become an astronaut, but they have taken no steps to do that. Number 14. Are you overly impulsive? Do actions happen too often without much thinking in the process? Number 15. Are you irresponsible? Number 16. Do you fail to accept responsibility for your own actions? You know you messed up, but still, you won't be accountable for your actions. Number 17. Have you had many short-term marital relationships? Many of our viewers won't have been married, but perhaps your relationships never seem to last long. Number 18. Do you have a history of juvenile delinquency? This is more than tantrums as a kid. It means did you get into more serious trouble as a juvenile? Number 19. Have you experienced a revocation of conditional release? This won't mean much to any of you because it means a person has been released from incarceration under the condition that they don't commit another crime, but they do. To make it work for you, are you a recidivist in terms of doing the same things wrong again and again? Do you keep getting in trouble even after you've said you wouldn't do that thing again? Number 20. Do you display criminal versatility? Does crime come easy to you and are you good at it in many ways? Do you have a knack for criminal enterprises, even if just small transgressions such as cheating and stealing small things? So, how did you score? If you scored a 0, you have absolutely no psychopath in you, but it's unlikely many people will get a 0. Many people do score less than 6 though, which might be called neurotypical or normal. On the other hand, if you scored a 40, you might be what's called a prototypical psychopath, a complete psycho. We're told scoring higher than 30 puts you in the psychopath field, but non-psychopathic people who may have some kind of antisocial personality disorder might score between 16 and 22. They might also have a criminal
records. If you like the video, please share, subscribe, like, and if we want any sort of modifications or improvement, please comment below. Thank you.